What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jentai here, and today we have another artist to talk about today. Now, I know a lot of y'all was like, what? How? Why? Disgusting when it comes to that Chatman video because of the weird and the crazy things that went up with that. And I don't blame you. There's a lot of weird things that Chad done. And to be perfectly honest, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of that stuff. So, there is a lot of things that probably have ruined your taste and palate. So let me cleanse your palate with a good artist this time. And this artist is a one person I wanted to cover for a long time. And that artist that I want to talk about today is BlueTheBone. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This artist is by far the entire reason why I wanted to start talking about NSFW artists. This one here. Mainly because her art style is so damn unique. Her whole thing is an 80s, 90s looking anime art style. And that's what made me want to look at other artists with their unique art styles too. Or certain things that they do that makes their art looking pretty spiffy. But anyway, when it comes to BlueTheBone, you have obviously plenty of stuff when it comes to her. There is plenty of material that she has drawn, but at the same time there's not a lot of material that she has drawn, which is weird because I was thinking, oh, Blue been around for a while, she been around the block. Surely she must have drawn a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. Surely she has to have something in High School DxD, right? And come to find out, Blue hasn't drawn anything High School DxD related. I'm bamboozled. Is there a brouhaha going? What is going on? So yeah, definitely Blue. You could do some High School DxD. That's like top tier content right there. Koniko especially, but there's some top tier content you can go on with that comes to that. So definitely would like to see Blue hit it up with High School DxD for the one time. But yeah, when it comes to Blue's art style, a lot of it is really dang good. There's a lot of it that I cannot unfortunately show because it's some good stuff. But anyway, for one picture that I like to bring up that I can't show unfortunately is Makoto from Persona 5. She's getting it in really nicely. I don't think I could show it, but just look it up yourself. It's some good content. She also does, I also forgot, she does safe for work art too, like this one at Nakomi. That's also another one, that you could see and that looks very 80s and nice. Honestly, I feel like Komi could have been an 80s anime. It could have been a really good 80s anime if it came out in that time. So seeing her in an 80s 90s type of art style really drives it home that Komi is good and is worth it. And then you also have her times where she has drawn Melina from Mortal Kombat, which I appreciate any artist that draws some fighting game characters. Honestly, that's like another plus in my book, to be perfectly honest. Then you also have like some Genshin stuff sometimes. There's plenty of good stuff that you can find here, and honestly I don't see how anybody could be like, oh, I don't necessarily like it. How? It's good stuff here. I can probably understand why you may have some type of regard because there's a certain character she may have not drawn, or there's a certain thing or a certain series that she may have not gotten to, which sure, but that's kind of a thing about every artist though. Like there's some artists that I would like to see draw some stuff, but they don't really go on that path, which is unfortunate because there is some good things to be done here. When they finally do change up and do something in that series, it's really creative and cool, like Great Mate recently doing with Demon Slayer, with that whole Nesco thing. That junk is mad hot. Although she's gonna bite my wiener off, that is really hot. Sometimes as an artist, it's good to take some chances, When it comes to her work, my favorite one, and this is just kind of obvious in a way, but my favorite work definitely has to be Tatsumaki. 100% without question, Tatsumaki is the best one. It's the best animation that exists with Tatsumaki. The only thing that I would say rival Tatsumaki, if I had to choose another artist, is Ocarina. Ocarina got some good Tatsumaki gifts, 100%. And don't worry, Ocarina's gonna be on that list. It's gonna be in a future video very soon. But Tatsumaki is my favorite one for BlueTheBone, to be perfectly honest, and it really captures her in that 80s art style while she getting banged. 100% a good time. So, and it's really just a good time. You know, there's plenty of stuff, there's plenty of other characters as well that Blue has drawn over the years, even drawn herself as a character, and you know, it's nice to see some your own OC getting banged sometimes. It's kind of hot. It kind of is hot. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Then you also have the thing that you will remember of BlueTheBone is when it comes to her art is definitely the 80s aesthetic. It is something that truly captures it, truly captures what the 80s looked like back then, and honestly is just absolutely perfect with it and how she uses said art style and then transition it with modern day characters and put it back in the day like it used to be. Also, with her drawing the 80s art style and these retro shows and anime and game characters, it goes to show that I feel like BlueTheBone has a very, very, very deeply passionate side for the classic retro stuff, which is very fine because a lot of that classic retro stuff is very damn good. That, like, when you see a lot of people go back to old games from Nintendo 64 or games back on the PS2 and stuff, games that are clearly, you know, outdated visually in how they look and how they sound and all stuff that might not be perfectly up to par to with games we have now, but there's something about those games back then or anime that just appeals to people. Like for me, yeah, we got a bunch of good samurai games now, but Samurai Legend Musashi for the PS2 is still one of my favorite games. I'm still gonna play the crap out of that game, and it needs a remaster. Square Enix, do something about it. But definitely, when it comes to BlueTheBone's work, probably I would dare say the most unique art style I have seen, and it is by far definitely the art style I feel like a lot of people should definitely appreciate when it comes to how people draw things, because this ain't just something that you can pick up and just do. This is a legit aesthetic and art style. You cannot just do whatever you want and then kind of just go in and have this on the ready. No, this takes some sincere practice to get this done and to work through this stuff and to work through when it comes to this type of style and aesthetic. Also, one other thing I want to mention too is that a long time ago I remember asking BlueTheBone for like artist advice, and I can't remember what it was. I cannot remember, unfortunately. And it was, I remember she did say something to me, but I legit cannot remember any type of artist advice at all. And but I can clearly definitely say that Blue has definitely been a low-key secret inspiration for me to keep continuing to draw for myself, as for myself and for what I want to do. So definitely Blue has inspired me in a very, very large way. So if you haven't seen any of Blue's work, go check it out. Blue deserves everything in the world. And to be perfectly honest, how she is not at like 1 million followers on Twitter yet, please help her out with that. So yeah, Blue is definitely an artist I wanted to cover for a long time, and I'm finally happy that we are able to do it. There's plenty of other artists that exist out there, but definitely I have never seen anyone that has blown me away with their art style like Blue has. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter, Tatsumaki, and like to donate to the channel. Patreon and my personal PayPal is available as well. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.
Baby, say my name as if you got a fucking clue. Always caught up in the moment, not condoning what I do. I've been messing with my chemistry to find the better me. Putting thoughts up on the page in hopes that you could get to me. Been this way since legit, my brain couldn't quit. Running from my issues, roll the pain in a spliff. Fade away every hit. Nobody needed me, too afraid to commit.